Yo, 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 what's up, everybody, and welcome to the 1218 show. My name is Mike Wilson. I am your host. Had a cousin pass away yesterday. Death is always sad, but I try not to make it sad because he lived a good life, man. Anyway, I just wanted to mention it because he was 81 years old, and he was always kind to me. So rest in peace, Bubby. And thank you for always being kind. It's a thing that seems to be lost in the world in a lot of ways. So moving on, it's been a crazy couple of weeks as usual. I wanted to talk kind of about the stock market today. We talked about investing. We've talked about personal finance, things like that. And there's always something, right? There's always something going on. There's, socially or worldwide or whatever. And one of the things that if you look back over time, what you find is that within every controversy or within every setback or whatever the case may be, sorry for the phone if you can hear that, is you find there's opportunity everywhere. And I think one of the biggest examples of that was during COVID, right? I don't know if any of you were paying attention, but Ford stock was down around $8 a share when COVID hit. Or maybe, no, that's false. It was around $12 a share when COVID hit. When COVID hit, and they stopped everybody from driving and all that stuff, locked down the country or the world, Ford dropped to like $8 a share. And one of the things that happened, and one of the catalysts for that, was that they seized their dividend. Now, Ford is a dividend-paying stock, has been for years. Over the speed bumps, over the years, they've increased it, decreased it, halted it from time to time. But for the most part, it's a solid blue-chip, long-term dividend stock. Now, the car industry is always speculative and weird, but Ford is one of the only two American companies that's never filed for bankruptcy or accepted government help, the other one being Tesla. And Tesla is kind of not really a car company. It's more of a tech company, really. I mean, it's considered a car company, but I think that their primary focus is the tech side of things. That being said, when Ford dipped like that, friend Steve and I used to during COVID, we had a lot of time on our hands, so we would talk almost daily for a while. And he and I were both like, Ford is a move, man. Ford, you get on Ford right now. And his reasons were different than mine. He works in finance. And he was like, man, Ford is long. Buy Ford. And, it's going to go back up. And my theory was they halted the dividend. And once COVID ceased, or once the lockdowns were over and people started to get on the road again and stuff, and once they were able to start generating money again, that the dividends would then return. And in that time, the stock obviously would pop. So I unfortunately didn't have much money, but I did buy as much as I could. I bought options as well as shares, and it turned out to be very good. Now, if you look back, it was trading under 8 a share. It might have even gone down as low as 6, and it got up to over 20 about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Now it's trading back down, I don't know, around $11. But the point is this. There was an opportunity there because if you knew the company, if you just paid just a little attention and say, well, Ford's been around forever, it's going to be around forever, and if you believe that, then there was an opportunity there. And that being said, if you jumped in on Ford when it was low like that, and if you wanted to just hold it for long, great. You can collect your dividends every quarter and be happy. But you could have easily doubled and close to tripled your money if you wanted the quick return. I did not sell it at its peak. I held on to my shares. I've kept my shares. I did make some money on the options though. I made a lot of money on the options. A lot of money is relatively speaking. So retract that statement. A lot for me. Let's just say that. Because the options prices were, oh man, it was ridiculous. You were getting super cheap options. 5 cents, or $5 for an option. That would run, and I had a year and a half for it to go up, and And so, those options, I was able to sell them for 60, 70 cents, which is $6 or $7, per lot. And it was per lot of 100 shares. If you know options, you're following me. But if not, don't worry about it. The point is this, I turned quite a bit of profit there. And that brings me to the point that I'm making today. Right now, you've got this big controversy in the country with all the woke shit, right? And you guys know kind of where I fall on the woke stuff. I'm not on board with it, put it that way. But Target did this big campaign or release of clothing line or whatever that was all pro-trans and all these gender things and all that stuff. And it's caused quite an uproar amongst the country. Whatever. I mean, I could give a shit. But I do give a shit in this. The stock has tanked a lot. It's gone way down. And in there lies opportunity. Is Target going anywhere? I don't think so. Is Target a long-term play? I do think so. Is Target one of the retail giants that didn't get overextended and has continued to provide quality products with quality service, et cetera, et cetera? Are their financials in line? All that kind of stuff. They know it's a good, solid company. And from where they were in the 80s, I don't know, for those of us that are Gen Xers that remember Target from way then, it was kind of a crap store. And then over the years, they've built it up, and it's become more of a nicer store, and they carry more products, more brand names. It seems to be a step above Walmart now in a lot of ways with certain lines that they carry, etc. My point is this: now that the stock is really taken a hit in the last week particularly, because of all this woke controversy, pro-woke, anti-woke, whatever, it doesn't matter where you are you looking for opportunity? And I think that this may be an opportunity. Now, I read stuff all the time, and I did read an article that was saying that now that the student loans are now kicking back in and people are having to repay those, extra money, expendable money is going to decrease, and that retail is now going to take a hit because people have to pay their student loans as opposed to going out and spending, which, all those things I'm sure are factors and play into it. I don't know. I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on Target's retail sales. I know that they are going to suffer a little bit in the near future because there's a good portion of population that shop there that because of their controversy, they're going to boycott it for a while. Most of these people say, I'm boycotting it, and then that lasts a week, sometimes a month, maybe even 6 months. But everybody usually goes back to the same old shit that they always get. It's just a thing. It's like when what's that asshole? Keep on rocking it, in a free world. Oh, shit, I can't even think of his name right now. Anyway, the rock star pulled his music from Spotify because he didn't like what Joe Rogan and all this information that he thought was misinformation and all that stuff. Hell, he was back on Spotify within 3 months. He needs those checks rolling in. He's full of shit. So anyway, the point is, there's opportunity. Whenever you see adversity or controversy, if you're into making money, if you're looking for investments, if you're just kind of paying attention to the world, you'll see the ebbs and flows of companies and what's going on. I find that a lot when somebody gets, I call it Me Too'd. Barclays Bank, this has been 3 years ago now, but their CEO or CFO, one of them, got Me Too'd, and the stock tanked for a short bit. And so I bought a few shares, and made a little money on that. The point being is anytime you see these kinds of things happening, the stocks, now, I'm not recommending you be a day trader. I'm not a day trader. This is not something that I'm just saying that when people are like, I don't know when to buy or whatever, well, if you're really skeptical like that, then the lows are usually somewhere when there's controversy. So if you really want to be particular about your dollar and and not just invest, there's companies that I'll invest in that I don't care if it's high, low, whatever. You just keep investing. You just keep putting your money in it because it's just going to always continue to move, or at least that's the hope and the plan. You can never really predict what's going on. But if you really want to find super duper value, one of the ways, there's many ways, but one of the ways is to find these hidden gems within controversy. Target right now is a good buy in my opinion. Again, this is just opinion. I am no stock expert, but I think that if you're looking for something to buy, I think that you'll probably gain 10 to 20% of your money back within the next 18 months. Or if you want to buy it and then sell it at that profit margin, or just buy it now at a good price and you'll collect the dividends for the future of the company, which is probably the smarter move. But it's a good price right now, and if you want to wait till the next earnings call comes out and see how much of a hit it takes, maybe it'll take a little more. I mean, if you're a consistent investor, then you don't worry so much about those things. If you're somebody that's like, I've only got $800 to invest this year or this month or whatever, and whatever your situation dictates. I feel like Target is a decent play right now. So I'm gonna that's all I'm gonna talk about with the stocks right now, because again, I can talk myself right out of being credible, because I don't have the certificates and the degrees and all that stuff. Mine is literally just logic-based stock playing. I don't want to call it playing, stock investing. But I feel like there is an opportunity here, so I just thought I'd throw it out there to you. And I'm going to wrap it up right now with a quick anecdote. I heard something the other day, and I can't remember where I heard it, but it was a statement, and it was told in a story. I can't remember, and I overheard it, and then I heard it again somewhere else, in a movie, I think, a new movie that had just come out. I saw the trailer or something. Anyway, the phrase was, "He's just another white boy with a podcast," and of course, upon initially hearing it, it just annoyed me. I can't stand it when people bring race into anything. It's so fucking stupid. But and even in a joking sense, it's just annoying. It's just a tired, played out, ridiculous, beaten over the head, beating a dead horse issue that it's like, god damn. I mean, it just never ends, and it's worse now than ever than it's probably been since the 50s with social media and all that shit. Point is, so when I heard that statement, just another white boy with a podcast, it just rubbed me wrong. And part of my self-growth is trying to, control what your emotions, control how you think about things or whatever. And so a day or two later, I got to, it just, as it kind of was in the back of my brain, I found it humorous. And the more I think about it, the funnier I think it is. Especially for my 14 consistent listeners out there, which isn't quite too many, but we got, we're growing slowly and surely. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to sign off with today. This has just been another white boy with a podcast. My name is Mike Wilson. This is the 121H Show, and I appreciate you listening. All right, man, have a good week, and I hope to catch up with you again very, very soon. Peace.